But I went from selling 10 life apps in my second year to selling 123 in my third year. Then I wrote 231 the year after that, and then 251 the year after that, and then over 200 the year after that. And then I began to average right around $100,000 in annual life premium every year. My name is Colter, former top producing team member of 6 years, and today in this video, I want to talk to you about my story. I come from a door-to-door sales background. Before I got into insurance, I had 2 years of experience selling door-to-door, and I actually learned how to sell. I made a lot of money. So when I started insurance, I thought, if I can sell door-to-door, I can sell this life insurance thing, right? Well, I'm hired on as a hybrid sales service team member. I'm writing all lines: auto, fire, life, and health. Now, probably not to your surprise, the auto and fire, my P&C production, started to happen for me fairly quickly. I was quoting a lot of households, so I started to close a lot of policies. That felt great. Life insurance was different though. My first 2 years, although I was bringing it up with every single customer, every single prospect, at least it felt like that, I was only writing about 10 life insurance applications a year in my first 2 years as a team member. Now, I come from door-to-door sales. My mindset was I'm going to do well in selling life insurance, and when it wasn't working for me in the way that I had thought, the way that I had played it out in my mind, I started to get frustrated. I started to get discouraged. Quite frankly, I started to get a little pissed off because I couldn't figure it out and I didn't know what to do to change that. Okay? Here's what happened though. My third year, a few things changed, and I want to take you through what I changed. Okay? There were some disconnects. The years that I was writing 10 life apps a year and I couldn't figure it out and I was frustrated, there were disconnects. There were things that I didn't know then that I started and I learned that helped me to actually start to sell life insurance. Okay, you ready? Here's what they are. Number one, I just learned how to sell life insurance with new business. Up front with the P&C, but also the back end in an onboarding review appointment. I also learned how to pivot effectively and sell life insurance from the everyday calls coming into the office. And I also learned how to run lists and call on those lists to our current customers to write life insurance to them. Okay? Now, when you think about this, if you're an agent, you got to know that the way you get into a life insurance conversation with someone calling in to pay their bill is different than someone calling in to add a vehicle with a loan. The way that you get into a life insurance conversation with someone that you're calling that's a current customer on a list is different than the way that you would get into a conversation with someone that is getting a quote from your office. They're not a current customer. Those nuances were what I wanted to learn as a team member. I always remember being taught what to do. Hey, Colter, if they have a mortgage on a home, talk to them about life insurance to pay that mortgage off and disability insurance to make that monthly payment. That will work really well for you. I would get really excited, get out on the phone, get people in front of me, trying to implement this strategy to realize I knew what to do, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to say. And that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, what do I say to pivot? How do I get into a conversation here in a way where I can maybe prevent objections from coming up in the first place? And then if I do get an early objection, what do I say to move through that objection? How do I get to a place where I can build value in this sales presentation? Help the customer understand the problem or the risk that they face by not having any life insurance or enough. How can I help them understand the solution? And how can I help them see and experience the benefits of going through with that solution? And then what can I do to close more effectively? Like, what do I say? Those are all of the details that I wanted to know as a team member. In my third year, when I wrote 123 apps, I started to learn those things. Okay? And so there was a few disconnects. And that's what I see with a lot of team members nationwide is we're frustrated because our teams aren't selling life insurance. If you're a team member, you're frustrated because you're not selling life insurance and you you have this fear of rejection and you just want more confidence because you don't have any in your life insurance conversation, well, I'll tell you, all of these limiting beliefs that we have as team members can be overcome, they can be shattered by just learning how to do it. Competence will lead to confidence. Okay, and so that's what we do here at the Team Member Perspective. But I want you to know that if I can do that as a team member, so can you. If I can do that as a team member, so can your team. Now, what would it do for you if you were able to systematize writing 100 plus life insurance applications every single year as a team member? Like, what would that do for you? What would that do for your income? If you're an agent, what if each of your team members could do that? What would that do for the agency as a whole? What would that do for you personally, though? Okay, that's precisely what we focus on here in the Team Member Perspective. We focus on empowering the team member with the systems and the processes to write life insurance at a high level. And we focus on developing sales skills, communication skills, so that when we go and run these systems and processes, we can do it in a compelling way. Would love to connect with you, see if this might be a good fit for you. But if you're serious, if you're frustrated, if you want to sell more life insurance, apps and premium, get in touch with us today and see if the Team Member Perspective might be a good fit for you.